Hello and welcome to the second video. We are going to be correcting the worksheet that you just did. So on the worksheet, we have about 8 problems to go through. So we're going to correct it and help you guys with any questions that you might have. All right, here we go. So the first thing we're going to do is combine like terms on the same side. So we have an 8x and a negative 7x. So 8x minus 7x leaves us with 1x plus 12. All right, now we have our like terms combined. So now this says x plus 12. So the opposite of a plus 12 is subtracting 12. And so we get 16 equals x. And that's it. We don't have to divide. There's no coefficient or number in front of x other than the 1. So 1x equals 16. All right, number 14, we are going to combine like terms. So we have the same side, 2y and 5y. So we have 7y minus 7 equals 0. Now we're going to get rid of this minus 7, and the opposite of subtracting 7 is to add 7 to both sides. So 7y equals 7. And now we're going to divide by 7. So y equals 1. All right, number 15 looks like we're going to have to distribute first. So 2.4 equals 3 times m is 3m, and 3 times 4 is 12. All right, we're trying to get m by itself, so we need to move the 3 and the 12. And what we're going to move first is we're going to subtract 12 from both sides. So go ahead and grab your calculator. 2.4 minus 12 is going to be negative 9.6 equals, and this cancels out, and we're left with 3m. So this says 3 times m. The opposite of times is divide. So we're going to divide both sides by 3. And when we take negative 9.6 and divide by 3, we get a negative 3.2 equals, and these cancel out, so we're left with 1m. Remember, mathematicians say we don't need to write that 1, so we just have m equals negative 3.2. All right, number 16, let's do this distributive property. So it looks like we have 3x, and 3 times negative 4 is a negative 12. All right, now looks like we need to add 12 because that says negative 12. We are going to add 12 to both sides. So this is going to cancel out. So we have 3x equals, and 48 plus 12 is 60. 3 times x, so the opposite of times is divide. So we're going to divide both sides by 3. So x is 20. All right, number 17. So when we look here, it looks like we have 4t and a negative t, and they are on the same side. So we are going to combine like terms. 4t minus t is a 3t, because you're basically saying 4 minus 1, and we still have that 7. All right, because that says a plus 7, the opposite of a plus 7 is a minus 7, so we need to subtract 7. So we get 3t equals 12. All right, and that says 3 times t, so the opposite of times is divide. And it looks like t equals 12 divided by 3 is 4. All right, number 18, looks like we have that distributive property right away. So 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times negative 2w is a negative 10w. And then we still have our plus 8w, and that equals 15. All right, so there's our distributive property. Now it looks like we have some like terms on the same side here. So we have a negative 10w plus 8. So that's negative 2w, and then we still have that plus 5 equals 15. All right, so because this is a positive 5, we are going to subtract 5 from both sides. So we have negative 2w equals 10. Now that says negative 2 times w, so the opposite of times is divide. So we're going to divide by negative 2. And when we divide both sides by negative 2, we get w equals negative 5. All right, we have 2 problems left here, and what they actually want us to do for number 20 is to find the value of x minus 4. But we first have to do is we have to find x. We need to know what x is so we can substitute it in here. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to solve this. 3x minus 13. So we're going to move the negative 13 first, and because that says negative 13, we are going to add 13 to both sides. So 3x equals 21. And that says 3 times x, the opposite of times, is divide. And so 3 divided by 3 is 1x, and we can just write x. We don't have to put that 1 in front. And 21 divided by 3 is 7. All right, we have found x. X is 7. So now we can replace this x with a 7 minus 4. So the final answer we're looking for is 3. All right, the last problem. Again, we need to find x first. Once we know what x is, we can plug it in here. All right, so I'm going to distribute. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 1 is 3. Subtract 3 from both sides. So we have 3x equals 4. Now we're going to divide by 3. So x equals, and we're actually just going to have this fraction 4/3. So x is the fraction 4/3. So 3 times, and I'm going to replace that x with 4/3. And when we have a 3 on top and a 3 on the bottom, they cancel, or we simplify to just 1, and 1 times 4 is 4. So the final answer here is a 4. All right, hope this helped and answered all of your questions.